Hey everybody, it's Jeremy Whaley here from Trade Maestro. Hope you're doing fantastic today. In this video, I'm going to talk about the hidden benefits of a Fed Driven Recession. Is that even possible? Could we have benefits? Right now, the Fed, the Federal Reserve, interest rates, all the stuff that's going on, it's a really, really hot topic because let's be honest, most of their decisions are not decisions that I would make or probably any of you would make. But just because we might disagree with the decisions doesn't mean there's not some hidden opportunities. And that's what I want to talk about in this video as soon as we get to the other side of the disclaimer. So let's watch the disclaimer and I'll talk to you on the other side. Let's go. All right, so let's talk about the Federal Reserve. If you don't know me, I'm Jeremy Whaley from TradeMaestro.com. You can check us out over at TradeMaestro.com. I want to be really upfront. I 100% disagree with the Federal Reserve. In fact, I tend to think they're pretty evil. I don't like the Fed. I am very much a libertarian, and I pretty much fall in that camp for all of it. But putting that aside, despite what my personal bias is, despite the fact that politically I might disagree with the entire thing of the Fed, the world that we live in, the Fed is making monetary policy. And I may agree with the monetary policy, I may disagree with it, but they're making monetary policies and we have to live in that world. So how can we do that? Well, listen, let's set a good intention because I'm going to show you a couple of hidden things that are maybe going to benefit you by the Fed's decisions. And you can actually go make some money with this. There's always two sides of the coin. There's always you can get upset about what's going on. And you can be really, really angry about it. And that's what I see happening. I see that with my clients. I see it with just people I talk to on the streets. They're just getting so angry about it, but it's out of your control. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. So the other way we can do is we can look at it and we can say, how can we find some opportunity in this? So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Now, listen, I said I set a good intention. Did you know it is a statistical fact that is proven by, I don't know who's proven by, but allegedly, I heard somebody say one time, if you subscribe, you will you will learn more. So if you haven't liked and subscribed to the channels already, then do so wherever you are watching this. And that way, just by simply hitting the subscribe button, you activate your brain so you can learn more. I don't know if it's a fact. I heard that one time. All right. Damage. The Fed is doing some serious damage right now, at least in my opinion. And again, this is my opinion. This is all in my opinion. The Fed, I don't agree with their decisions. I don't think they should be raising rates. I don't agree with the Fed. I mean, if you ever read The Creature from Jekyll Island, which all of you should read, if you're just watching this video randomly, you should go read the book, The Creature from Jekyll Island by Edward Griffin. I read that book literally accidentally. I was not even kind of interested in what it was talking about. I found it at a Borders bookstore 20 some odd years ago, and it just sounded interesting. I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. So I bought the book, this big old thick book, and next thing I knew, I was all the way down the rabbit hole. And that was when I started to awaken and understand the truth about the Fed. I don't agree with the Fed in any capacity, really. They are doing great damage, in my opinion, to our monetary system. But just because I disagree doesn't mean we can't make money with it. So here's the question. What can we do? And here's the secret benefit. I'm just going to get the cat out of the bag up front, and then we'll talk about it here. The secret benefit of the Fed doing what they're doing, all the fiat currency, whether you agree with fiat or not, whether you're a gold standard person, whether you, whatever, doesn't matter. All the jacking around with the interest rates, the printing of currency, inflation, all that stuff, whether you agree with it or not, there's one benefit that we can absolutely bank on. And the truth is, this is what they're banking on. This is why they're doing it. The reason that they're doing all this stuff is because the people that are behind the scenes, they know what's going to happen, and then they go position themselves and they make money from the moves, okay? Well, we can do the same thing. You say, what's the secret benefit? Here's the secret benefit. It's called uncertainty. By the Fed doing what they do, they create massive uncertainty. You never know if the market's going to be stable and it's going to be trending one direction or the other. You never know when they're going to come out and do some other stupid Fed policy thing that just jacks with everything, how the market's going to react to it. There's all this uncertainty. And to a traditional buy and hold investor, that is the worst thing that you can have. The last thing investors want is uncertainty. But guess what? Traders, we thrive on uncertainty. In fact, here is a proven fact. I'll make it full screen for you. The greatest trading profits in the world all come from great volatility. Volatility is another word for uncertainty. In fact, volatility is the word we use for the reality that there's uncertainty in the market. Does that make sense? So it's kind of a weird word, but it just basically says how much the market's moving and how volatile are things. And when the Fed's doing their thing, it creates uncertainty. That leads to volatility. And the best part about volatility is how we make money. Now, I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here and just tell you, if you're a traditional buy and hold investor, if you're somebody who likes to buy your mutual funds or buy your stocks and just hold them for 10, 15, 20 years and watch them go up, you're going to not appreciate necessarily what I'm about to tell you, but I would encourage you to open your mind to it because this is how we make money. Okay. If you're a traditional buy and hold investor, the last 5 years have been just miserable. You see the market go up, you see it crash with COVID, you see it go up huge and then crash again. 2022 is just terrible. And, at this point, when I'm recording this in the middle of 2023, we're halfway back, but we're nowhere close to where we were at the end of whatever year that was, 2021, we're nowhere close to that, right? And so that's what buy and hold investors have to go through. Guess what traders like me go through? Those of us who are active traders who are constantly moving in and out of the trades, well, those have been some of our best years. 2020 was one of the best years I've ever had trading. 2008 was one of my best years ever. Into 2008, beginning of 2009. One of my best years ever. Volatility. Market volatility is how we make money. And it's not just active traders do it, the big guys do it. So what the hedge funds want, volatility. All the big funds want volatility. The only people who hate volatility are the people that are watching the nightly news saying, oh, I can't believe the market went down again. The reality is market volatility is where we make money. So let's learn that. If you learn to dance with the volatility instead of resist it, then you can actually make money with it. In fact, that leads me, I should have a slide for this, but I don't. Leads me to a great saying I've heard, which is this. It says, what you resist persists. What you resist persists. Think about it. If you're pushing against something, if you're resisting against it, guess what? It's not going to let up. It's going to keep persisting against you, right? Market volatility, big swings in the market is something that the average investor resists. They don't want it. So they're always pushing, no, we don't want this volatility. This is where you make money. So let's stop resisting it. Let's move with it. And we can use that volatility in our favor. So let's take a look at this right here. How do I profit from volatility? Well, you can profit by taking bear market trades. Bear market trades. Yeah, market's going down. In 2022, we were down, the NASDAQ was down 35, 36%. That was a huge bear market opportunity. We were ahead of it. I had all of my clients knew, all of our followers at Trade Maestro knew in January 2022, market's about to crash, market's going down big, and they were all positioned for it. A lot of them made a ton of money in 2022. The average buy and hold trader did not, okay? So first way that we make money with market volatility is bear markets. The second way we make money with market volatility is with the bull market that bounces back, because every time the market sells off big, there's another rebound that goes in an opposite direction. The market is a lot like the law of physics. It says every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The market's kind of like that. It's not always opposite and equal, but it does have opposite reactions. There's always an ebb and flow to the market. Markets never go straight up. Markets never go straight down. There's always an ebb and flow to the markets. And people can tell you all sorts of theories otherwise. I'm telling you, my 24 years in the market, I've proven this. This is just a reality, okay? I eat my own cooking here. Markets have ebb and flow. They always have ebb and flow. And if you resist that, then you're going to get really negative results. If you learn to work with it, that's where you make your money. That's really where you make your money. So the key here is this. The key to profiting with volatility is to learn how to time each trade. So you say, how do I do that? Well, I want to share with you a quick technique here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come over to TradingView. This is the charting software that I use. And you don't have to use TradingView. It's a really good software. I'll pull up SPY for us here. And I'm going to get rid of all these lines. I mean, even though I teach support and resistance and I teach all this great technical analysis stuff that makes you a better trader, I'm going to get rid of all of that. And instead, I'm just going to show you the simplest tool ever. And this is a tool that you can use on any chart, any charting software that has any value to it will give you these three lines. They're called moving averages. Now, I've got them set up with a custom module that we created where it shades it green and red. So you can see it's green here and you can see it's red over here. Guess what? When it turns green, that's a buy signal. I mean, you can't make this any easier. When it turns red, it's time to get out. Okay? Red, out. Green, get in. Red, get out. Now, how much easier could that be? Okay? This is a very, very crude, raw version of this trading system, and we've got all sorts of tweaks that make it more profitable. But if you're just following this trading system alone, you will beat the market. You'll beat market odds. You'll beat the market. And that's how you time it. So I'm showing you on the S&P, I can go through any stock in the stock market on any exchange around the world. This works for stocks. It works for Bitcoin. It works for all crypto. It works for Forex. It works for futures. This is it. This is the foundation of all of it right here. Just getting in and getting out. When it's giving us a bullish trend, we get in. When it's giving us a bearish trend, we get out. And if it's stuck, if it's not going anywhere, we just sit on the sidelines and we don't take the trade. Now, traditional buy and hold traders, they hold through all that, and then you have all this market volatility, and they're frustrated. They're frustrated with it, okay? If you just use this system, which I've got lots of other videos on, I'm not going to go into great detail on this part of the system, but if you just use this system, we were out in January 2022. We were out, okay? So we avoided all the pain. While many, many people were sitting there, some of you maybe were sitting there watching your accounts go down 20, 25, 30%, 35%. NASDAQ's down 35%. On average, I think the average 401k was down like 28, 26%, maybe, I forget. I read it once. But the point is most people suffered through it, and you don't need to. You do not need to. But here's the worst part. Once it's over, once you get to the bottom of this trend right here, once you're way down here and it turns around, if you've been suffering through it, now you got to suffer all the way back up while you're hoping to get back to break even. And here we are, 8 months into this so-called recovery, and we're only halfway to break even. That's a year and a half of opportunity loss because we're buying and holding and we're not timing our trades and learning when to get in and learning when to get out. Okay, so that's the gift of the Fed. The gift of the Fed is it gives us all this volatility, but it's up to us to learn how to dance with it. And the way we're going to do that is to time our trades much, much better. Okay, so let's come back over here. Where's my slides? A couple other ways we can profit with market volatility is option selling. This is another benefit of, my slides are way behind my brain right now. There's another benefit of market volatility. When we're in a very volatile market, if you're an options trader, option volatility goes really, really high. And what happens when option volatility goes really, really high, it's very profitable to sell those options. So you can do covered calls, you can do naked puts, you can do credit spreads, you can do all sorts of selling strategies that bring money in, even if the stock doesn't move. That's the cool thing about option selling. You get paid up front, and you make money even if the stock doesn't do anything. And because of all this volatility, those premiums get to be a lot higher, and we can make a lot more money with it. So those are two of the hidden benefits of really one hidden benefit. The hidden benefit of the Fed doing what they're doing is it creates great market volatility. The benefit of market volatility is it's more trading opportunity. And I gave you a couple of ideas here. We can make money in the bearish market. We can make money in the bull market. Make money with option selling, and there's other ways as well. But anyway, I hope this has been encouraging for you. If there's one takeaway, here's what I want you to have. Every disaster brings with it an economic opportunity. Rather than being angry at things that you can't control, just find the opportunities and use it to your benefit. Some people say making lemonade out of lemons, whatever you want to call it. Here's the reality, folks. I can't get rid of the Fed. Like, that's not within my power. It's out of my hands. And if I sit here and I get upset about all the things they're doing that I can't control, I'm giving my power away. So what do I suggest? I say, let's take our power back. Let's work with it. There's all this market volatility. Learn to adapt to the market volatility. You can make just as much money in a bear market as you can in a bull market. In fact, you can make it faster, and you can probably make more. You can probably make more if you time it up right. And yeah, that's all there is to it. So just learn how to dance with the chaos. That is my point. All right. Hey, have you learned something? I hope you've learned something here. If you have, I told you earlier you should like and subscribe. Now you have no choice. If you learned something, you have to like and subscribe. So like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Like and subscribe. And if you have some other videos you want, put something in the comments here, and I'll see if I can't do a video for you on your specific request. Can't guarantee it, but I'll do my best. If you want to learn more about what we do over at Trade Maestro, just go over to trademaestro.com, trademaestro.com. We've got all sorts of training on all this stuff that I talk about here, all the different technical analysis techniques and the options trading, the strategies, and all of that. And by the way, if you're a crypto trader, if you're a Forex trader or another market, about 98% of what I teach, almost 100% of what we do with technical analysis applies to those other markets as well. It's exactly the same, or pretty much exactly the same. So yeah, come over, learn to be a great trader. When you learn to be a great trader, you learn how to participate in market ups and downs. You learn how to use volatility to your advantage. That's when you are empowered, and an empowered trader makes money. All right. I hope you guys have gotten a lot out of this. I look forward to the next time. And until then, happy trading to all of you, and we'll talk to you soon.